Okay, now I believe in your analysis even more because you know what's up. In my language, I love casting Dota in Serbian when there's an Elder Titan because we have, a play on the word stapler that means to punch somebody in the face, so
Ah,
it's
oh, beautiful.
yeah, it's really fun, and he's literally the guy that does just that. He punches you in the face and really, really hard as well. But Beastmaster Crystal Maiden are gonna be coming out from eHome, so this is gonna be a 4 Crystal Maiden from what it seems, or are we seeing a mid Lina and a carry Sven? Is there an option for that?
There certainly is an option for that, and I do think we've seen one of the teams. I think it was Spawn pulled that out already with Mamang Daya on the Lina instead, which is a nice, neat little twist on the tail, especially because this Sven is also one of those heroes that will effortlessly hold a lane versus a Broodmother, though he is kind of out of fashion currently. As is like compared to a lot of other heroes, especially carries, like he is neither a ranged hero nor very mobile. And versus the draw range, I mean, can you imagine Sven with the old Ags up versus this? That would be wicked, but now you need to spend so much money to get back up to where you previously were.
But I I have to say I do not see why would you get an Elder Titan and
And a
a
draw
Drow
ranger.
Ranger? Yeah, so your piercing shot does nothing basically. Or you can look at it the other way, the positive way, and say every single shot is a piercing shot. But then you don't need to
Mm-hmm.
skill up your ulti. I guess of course that's not gonna be happening. But it is quite weird to me that they go for these two heroes.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of overlap, doesn't it? Like, I guess if you want like the ET to play together with, say, the Broodmother or something, maybe, or if the ET is another core, um, I think you can see by my face what I think about Elder Titan Core. I want it to work so badly. I think it is so much fun to see. And I think Jabs has in fact done that. The only problem is that there's a Broodmother on the field, so we know it's not going to be him playing it. And that's just a dang shame.
So eHome, they ban out the Kunkka, they ban out the Tiny. I actually thought Talon were gonna put a little bit more into magical damage burst with the Elder Titan here, but
Mhm.
currently they have none. I mean, Rubik is nice and all, but it's not ideal. I really
Yeah.
want to see what eHome pick up right now, so because I'm still not sure if it is gonna be the love story in the safe lane of the Sven and the Crystal Maiden, or is it gonna be Sven just looking the other way towards defending the Lina. But
Yeah.
that would be a fight between sisters, a big one. It is gonna be a Mars coming out,
Mars.
so that puts the Sven on the support role.
Yeah, a little defensive. You know what I would have actually really liked to see come out? It's the Kotl. And we've seen Xerxia use that beautifully before,
Mhm.
right? Versus a lineup where it's like, okay, you engage into us. No, you engage into us. Actually, we don't have to do anything. We have a Kotl. We will just spam you out. And between Kotl Beastmaster as well as like the Crystal Maiden, like you're going to get so much fuel for everybody else
What
in
about
this
Coddle for
game.
Talon? I know Mikoto used to play it when it was in the meta.
Yeah,
It with an Elder Titan. Imagine the overwhelming damage that would be coming
yeah,
through.
you're right. Like I mean, they don't have a lot of defensive capabilities if you go for the Kotl, but maybe you don't need to. Though eHome is definitely better at jumping than you are. That is one of the
True.
problems that you have.
But they're
Like,
not amazing, I guess. If you keep tabs on the Mars, you should be fine.
mhm.
But they're gonna go for the Queen of Pain. It is gonna be some damage going out. Remind me. So the Spirit of the Elder Titan reduces your magic resistance, and he himself
Yes,
reduces your. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm.
you're physical, exactly. So
Uh,
Elder Titan Spirit onto somebody, Mikoto follows up. That should be the name of the game.
I can't wait for our viewers to see the set of the Drow Ranger. Like I don't know which one is the Queen of Pain, literally here when I see these two. Like on the side of eHome, Crystal Maiden is gonna be a persona, but you have these two good girls, and then you would have these two like monsters on the side of
Mhm.
Talon. But let's stop talking about lore here and talk a little bit about the draft. Any favorites in this one?
That's hard. I'm not a fan of Quap, but I do think she sort of rounds out the draft in a very aggressive way. On the other side, the Mars, I understand where the pick comes from, but I'm less. I don't know. It feels defensive to me. surprisingly defensive after how like proactive the rest of their draft has been. So I guess I'm leaning towards EHOME's draft here, just because I have seen co-ops mostly fall flat on their face recently. And as soon as you run out of damage, this game is going to get really hard. But then again, how will you run out of damage with an Elder Titan? Now, you know what? Talon, it's hard to execute, but we've seen their execution. We've seen how good they are at making the hard plays and making them work as best as they can. I'm going to go Talon again. I have to.
Ooh, I'm looking at these two drafts and I don't know either, Kips. Like it's very hard to say. Oof, I guess I'm gonna go for EHOME. The only thing I see for them where they have the advantage, I would say Beastmaster gives better vision than the Brood. And I would say the Crystal Maiden is just too good against mobile heroes. So I think the Queen of Pain is going to have a problem. So that's why I'm going to be going for them. Everything else seems very even between the teams.
Yeah, I absolutely think that you're completely correct on that. I'm just going to have to lean on Talon outplaying, which is always a fraught situation. But I have faith. That previous game, if they're not exhausted by that, then what they showcased there really put a lot of faith in me to say, like, all right, you can do this. Come on, Talon.
I think you are just hoping for a game 3 here, and which is fine.
Oh, hell yeah.
I am as well, because game 1 was very interesting. You know, in the group stages I did cast, we did have some nice games, but that was just on another level. One team crushed, and the other one was constantly making plays to come back. In the end, they couldn't, but they made a good effort to play Dota, even though they were on the back foot. Usually when we would see some team get ahead, it would be a very easy way for them to end the game, but EHOME had to be on their feet all the time. Like, one big mistake could have completely turned their game around.
And that is a courageous attempt here, Mikoto, and that's a lot of damage. Is he?
Knight?
No?
Knight is gone. There's the Elder Titan for you. There's the damage coming through. Yeah, he didn't want to use the bonk immediately to push the Queen of Pain out, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the kill. Let's go!" And a couple of slows from the Drow don't allow him to get in close. And then Ollie, with getting the a couple of heroes there with the Astral Spirit, he just destroys them.
Elder Titan loves these early fights. He loves tri-laning as well. One of the reasons that we don't see the hero anymore at all, I think, is because tri-lanes are just a thing of the past.
We'll see. I kind of feel like in international Dota, in big tournaments, the Elder Titan always sneaks himself in, because he's just that type of hero that enables a lot of lineups. Right, so I'm hoping we do see a little bit more of him in the major, and we see already that Talon are trying to implement it in a competitive game. So this could give ideas to the other teams as well.
And he is such a good defensive hero, right? Between like the stomp, the vision that you get from that, as well as the Earth Splitter in the team fights, like going high ground against an Elder Titan is always such a rough decision. 23 Savage taking a lot of damage here. My goodness.
And also Q on the top lane took a lot of damage. I didn't allow people to see the set of the Drow, so I'm now gonna be having it on the screen. If someone dies, I'm sorry, but this is just so awesome. 23 Savage. The only thing that would be better is if it was burning and the Drow was actually on fire.
The metal way. Yeah, I agree.
So mid lane, Mars versus the Queen. Any favorites here? This isn't a matchup that we see too much, but I guess when the Mars did get into the game, he was being played in the mid quite a lot as well.
He was. I do think that this is Queen of Pain favored, especially if you want to go for the Shadow Strikes. Though Mikoto might say, okay, I have arranged a matchup for the Mars, I match his nukes, Xiaoyu dies, that is unfortunate. And I'm just going to go for the build that will allow me to outfarm the Mars later, and it's okay if we go even in the laning stage, because that is what it looks like to me right now.
It is looking like it is going to be even. Mars usually does not lose the lane. Sometimes he even wins quite heavily because he has 2 spells to secure the range creeps, good animation, and good damage as well.
Demonstrated.
For sure, but he is being annoyed a little bit by the Queen here.
He is, in general, an extremely annoying hero to lane up against. But you're right, I don't think he loses really hard no matter what she goes.
This it is not looking good for the Mars. Any melee hero can struggle against the Queen of Pain, and he just doesn't want to listen to those screams, but he's gonna have to. And Queen of Pain bringing exactly that to this lane. But so far so good for Talon. They're gonna be starting off with a couple of kills now, going on to Salad. Salad turns around and okay, he gets smacked in the back. The doggy is gone, and Zhao Yu, he might follow suit just as well. Frost Arrows level 2, you don't have boots, and you're not gonna be having a heart after that one. It has been frozen. With the nice shard there from the Drow Ranger, and 23, he gets a double kill.
Painful, and yeah, the amount of damage that a Drow deals normally early in the lane is not that bad, but immediately having the punches of that Astral Spirit infuse Ollie with him, hell yeah, that's definitely enough. So as soon as the Drow starts walking at you, you're going to have to pick to kill most likely. I don't think you get to walk out anymore with all of the slows.
This is also one of the things that does happen in Dota from time to time. A hero comes back and you just don't know how to play against it. You don't have it in your fingers to feel just how much he can destroy you, and it is a problem, right? You're every single day you're playing a ton of pubs, you're playing the lane, and you know how aggressive you can be. And then this hero comes out and you're like, yeah, maybe I can do this. No, you cannot.
Yeah.
Ollie is gonna smash you.
Exactly. Yesterday I was casting a game where several people got glimpsed back after TPing in full view of Disruptor. And it's just like, yeah, you know, if you would have been playing China, you would have known this, but you've been playing SCA.
Yeah, and the hero hasn't been too popular, even though we have been seeing him reoccur here in the BTS Pro Series quite a lot.
Go on to MKS. He spent his stun. It's a lot of damage.
It is. There are you know, heroes dropping low a bit, but not too much. Salad gets a little bit lower there as well. But overall, everyone is in healthy category currently. Last game, I think it was EHOME that started off with a 4-0. So Talon, they definitely upped their laning game in this one.
And I think that especially on this bottom lane, it's really all about whether any of these sides overextend. Neither of the teams is particularly good at making the kills happen out of nowhere. There's no double stuns here. There's just like some Crystal Maiden slows, some axe spam.
So the Sven Lina lane isn't working out against the Brood. It is really not working out. The Lina is suffering heavily every single time they come over there in trouble. Salad, he's suffering heavily as well. He's gonna get stomped on and he's gonna sleep while his enemies are frozen, and they will come back to haunt him after it. So it is gonna be 23 Savage getting another kill. 4-0 start on the Drow Ranger. A perfect start to the game for a carry Drow.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal, and especially with how necessary it is for Drow to have a decent laning stage in order to get their farm up. As you know, Beastmaster just gets walked down and they don't even have to take tower aggro there, just because the reach of both of these heroes is so high.
Yeah, Ollie didn't even come close. The only thing he wanted there was to give vision to the Drow Ranger and contribute in the damage if need be. In the end, he needed to get the kill, but they're gonna be there. So finally, EHOME, they get themselves on the board. The overdive there does come through EHOME. They bring in Crystal Maiden, and the Broodmother was a little bit too deep. Now they want Q as well, who does have a lift. Let's see now. Mind over strength. What is gonna be winning? Q, he does lift the Swen away and sends him out, but he's gonna be slowed down enough. He will take away their damage, but the Queen of Pain is coming over to help. Does have the ulti to skill up if he wants to, and the Sonic Wave is ready. Get away from my Ruby. He's gonna be standing in the way now. Q can run out. He's gonna have a zap fairly soon, and he's ready to kill LW. You wanted me dead, and now I'll be the one who does the killing. He baits them in onto Mikoto beautifully, and the overchase, they're gonna be paying for it.
Absolutely, that feels so good for a Queen of Pain, involved in 2 kills without having to leave your lane, immediately going back to farming. Hell yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And now they're going for Knight as well. They're gonna get the stomp onto him. Knight is gonna be taking a nice nap there. So next to the Queen of Pain, the sounds are not gonna allow you to rest yourself enough, and Knight is gonna have to I guess go back to the jungle to farm, maybe make a play with the arena. I don't know. He really needs to do something, but it seems like it's only Talon making the moves.
Yep, and if you go back into that jungle, you're going to massively inconvenience your Lina, who is already at the point where she usually has the lane as well. 3 supports top now. Mikoto knows the kills are here.
Oh, but he wants the big one. He wants MKS. He's gonna get stunned up by the Sven. They overlap the stuns, and now Lina is gonna be taken down. Mikoto gets the kill, and LW offers himself, kill me as well. I didn't protect my lady. No problem. You are dead as well. It's just gonna be some time before Ollie smashes you to the ground. And EHOME, the only hero that survives on the top lane, is Salad. Very sadly, he'll be getting himself out of that one. But this early game for Talon in game number 2 is just going amazingly well.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal, and you don't even get to do anything on the rest of the map. Your Mars was really in a position to support TP on that, and the Beastmaster, this is Axe build Beastmaster versus a hero who can just clear the waves with a multi-shot. So no tower pressure coming out from that either, and that means that this Broodmother is going to get exactly what a spider wants, which is the free tower. On top, no trade, and an entire jungle for her to suck dry.
I think this is a complete disaster for EHOME because Crystal Maiden, he's out. Well, 13,000 MMR, 12,000, doesn't matter. He knows. He knows they're coming for him. He can feel it. MKS though, can he feel it?
Yeah.
He's fine. So what now for EHOME? I mean, they have these heroes that have to fight early. And let's see, maybe they can kill Mikoto. Mikoto is poking on MKS. They're coming over. Tumblr Story, not gonna be good enough. You're gonna be getting out just as you came in. Q, he is not playing around. He sends Knight away. Knight is still running forward. He's alone. Has to be very careful. Okay, kills the courier.
Listen, he is bloodthirsty right now, and you'll just kill anyone that comes in front of your face, right?
You know, God of War. He'll probably be liking to win those wars as well. It's
and the spider is mid.
Okay, that's a problem. Spiders are mid, and they are gonna be eating on this tower. Let's see, EHOME, can they defend it? They're trying. They're gonna go for Mikoto. The stomp is gonna be there. No spear will come out, and Mikoto just blinks out of the arena. We will fight when I say so. And Knight, oh, the spear is not gonna be connecting, and he's just gonna be going down. All of his spells completely useless in that fight. And without the arena, without your mid lane, their mid lane tower will fall. Even 23 Savage comes in to join the fight.
Exactly. Like, maybe if 23 Savage doesn't come, there's a possibility for EHOME to make plays. But if he joins, there's absolutely no other thing to do than for the tower to fall. And sure, the bot tower has now fallen. We have successfully achieved Beastmaster country on the bottom side of the map. But at the cost of that mid tower, at the cost of a safe space for people to TP to, safe space for the Mars to farm. And now it really all depends on how much they're going to be able to invade the enemy jungle, because otherwise all of these heroes are just going to be sitting in each other's space. MKS, half HP.
That third splitter does do some damage to the Lina, but she will be fine. Queen of Pain will be fine as well. They do cover for their Lina. A couple of hits there, and the spells from the Queen of Pain could have killed her, but very nice defense of the Lina there. I have to say though, this game, it's looking like it's gonna be a walk in the park for Talon. They're so far ahead in levels in gold, and EHOME, they're not really controlling any area of the map properly.
Absolutely not. Like, this smoke here is intended to, you know, kick the Beastmaster out of the bottom side of the map, but they're wrong. The Beastmaster isn't even here. He might be showing up just in time for his death, though.
Like, you came just in time, Zhao Yu. They also blocked his camp there a little bit earlier, so even though he was able to take the tower, the amount of farm that Zhao Yu was getting was limited. But he does smell this coming, considering that his team was smoking towards the Broodmother as well, and they don't find it. He's gonna understand that there's something wrong.
Yep, and you can see the difference in build here for the Broodmother, by the way, because we saw Jabs with the Orchid in the previous game. He had a Mirana to try and build some teamfight items for him. This time, Jabs, he knows he's going to be able to group up with his team. They can all hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and activate the Greaves together, and it's going to be phenomenal.
11-1. This is looking really bad. It's 12 minutes in. You got 1 kill. That means that by the power of math,
Lena's farming under vision.
Yeah, under very good vision as well. A stolen stun, a Stormhammer. Thank you, Sven, for that one. Go for Lena. She'll get the stun off. The Laguna, I can do some damage as well. You can die as well quite nicely. That's 2 big cores. They're going to be taken down. The Crystal Nova was stolen. Salad gets his ulti off, but he's going to be slept right now. And Salad is looking very much dead. A couple of more hits will seal the deal. Did have the sticks there to keep him alive for a little bit longer. But ultimately, it is going to be 23 Savage that joins the fight right at the tail end of it there to make sure that he's a part of the action and he claims a kill.
Really been enjoying how all of the Southeast Asian Drow Rangers, frankly, have been positioning themselves to be involved in these fights if necessary. No over positionings necessarily, but always, you know, you deal a lot of damage as long as the fight is already started and they don't have time to go on you again.
Okay, so we are done praising Talon because they're obviously doing a lot of things right. Let's try to praise EHOME. Like, that's a good stun coming out from the Sven, but the question is, do you get out alive? So what's the play? What's the play for EHOME? How do you approach the map as a whole to give yourself a chance in this game to potentially force out a mistake from Talon?
So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get a Blink Dagger on the Mars, get an Arena on, I mean, ideally several heroes, but with the Drow Ranger outside of it, maybe even the Quap outside of it, and see if you can kill some supports with that. You do have the vision to make those plays with the Hawks from the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster himself is going to go into Overlord, which is also something that Talon will have some trouble dealing with, because their only overwhelming physical damage that can actually take down a creep easily is the Drow, and the Drow does not want to show her positioning for fear of exactly a Mars jump. So you have some options here, but you need those items first.
I've never in this meta seen a Lina who doesn't have a Maelstrom 14 minutes into the game. Like, I have never seen it. And Lina is being eaten right now, but she'll be fine. She does get the TP out, and Crystal Maiden will be the only sister left here in the top lane.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You don't really see Lina CM win a lot, do you? I don't think that's a combination that in draft has ever really worked out. I bet that does not have a 50% win rate.
We'll get the ulti off with the Crystal Maiden, immediately gets silenced. Yeah, we don't want to see your ice. It's only gonna be the Frost Arrows from the Drow Rangers that are gonna be bringing in the cool here for in this game. And Talon continues to do well. 15-1. 15 minutes in, you have 1 kill. I mean, you know what? It cannot get much worse than this for EHOME. So, whatever happens from now on, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I'm pretty sure that when the 30-minute mark strikes, that they are gonna be having more than 2 kills.
Yeah, they can double or even their triple their kill count from now with barely any trouble. So I agree with you. The future is bright for EHOME.
Or brighter than what they're currently facing. I wouldn't say it's bright. It's looking pretty dark from where I'm standing, but it's definitely better than the current thing. Though Talon are coming over to bring even more darkness. Nighttime has come, and LW is gonna be hearing the screams from the Queen of Pain. He needs to cover his ears, but will not be allowed to do so. Will be whipped into death. While 23 Savage is pushing in the bottom lane, you cannot punish it. You cannot do anything about it.
At least he covered his cores, right? So both the Beastmaster as well as the Mars get out. Blink Dagger is now up on the Mars. Beastmaster decently close to the Overlord, but I don't think he'll have it before the next fight just yet. So it is all up to this Mars to either buy some precious space here, showing off the Blink Dagger on that post.
Yeah. Knight
or
is...
to up next fight because they're positioned. MPS.
He just showed his blink though. Who is dead? Yeah, that's Alina. And every Alina hater that we have in chat, which would probably be all of it, is gonna be quite happy and satisfied with what just happened. So Talon, they're showing everybody at the Lina Major, this hero, you better not pick it against us.
Did you just say the Lina Major?
No.
But you should have.
LW. His wig is gonna be split, and he will be taken down. Q gets the kill like a good Rubik. He steals the bulwark as well. He's gonna be showing that he protects better than the Mars. Go behind my shield, but you don't have one. Doesn't matter. Go behind my shield. He's gonna be defending everyone. They go for the Drow Ranger. Does have 2 lives. They'll take her down, but they're gonna be slept. You stay in this arena and you fight until death. Shouldn't that be the rule? The Dragon Slave was stolen. That really doesn't matter. And now the ulti from Salah. They got the kill. They got a real kill on the side of EHOME. And from now on, they could only be looking upwards. Oh, it does seem like that's gonna be it, and they cannot continue the chase, but at least finally they get something and show they can engage the fight.
Yep, Blink Dagger for the Mars making the difference there, as well as just really good positioning. Salad with his ult closing off a lot of the side, like this flank, where really these Elder Titan wants to be positioned in order to get the really good spirits out. Now they're gonna lose the tower though. That was your arena jump. That was it.
Oh.
MKS, please MKS.
Yeah. MKS is gone. And also a stolen LSA for the Rubik. It should be level 1. Yeah, it is. Good job from the Mars. He did cut the wave, so they're not gonna lose the tower. You know, even though he does not have his arena, they're not gonna do it. But they will take some damage on the tower on top. Salad. He thinks he's safe because he's home, but his home is being raided.
His home is in trouble, but on the other hand, Xiaoyu has successfully brought down the bottom tower, and he does have a Thunder Hide on the Radiant base. Ding dong. There's, well, not a wolf at your door, but there is some counter pressure.
He's not gonna huff and puff, but he's gonna swing his tail and bring your house down. And with the frenzy, the attack speed is insane. Look at that tower; it's taking so much damage. Nicely done by Zhao Yu. Something he is gonna be giving 250 gold away unless he can dominate the creep. Given that he's in his base, not gonna be happening. EHOME going for a smoke. What can they get?
Mars, Blink. If they run into jabs here, that would be huge. The Drow is not here, and they know it. But this smoke was not fast enough. I don't think, no, they got him.
But they won't get the spear, and now the stun turnaround from Q. They lift up the Mars, and you wanted a fight. You wanted war, and you're gonna get one with the Earth Splitter. They're gonna split the Earth, and Knight with it. Salad goes for a TP out. Will he be successful? No, there's the stolen LSA. The Rubik is showing the Lina how it's done. MKS looking as his power is being used against his teammates, and he's not happy.
Absolutely not, and this is the ideal situation for Talon. They TP'd their Drow down, did not actually get punished for it at all, and now they have the overwhelming advantage. And Xiaoyu, he's dying. He was split pushing before, he was getting something done. And now he dies on the wrong side of the map, all the way in his own base.
And 23 Savage is back. 23 Savage is back. He just cleaned out a couple of waves in the bottom lane and he started running. Drow Ranger not the fastest hero, but if you put in enough effort, you will be coming there. In tier 3 on the top lane, it is gone. It is gonna be 23 Savage that gets it down. He hasn't touched it other than the last hit, so takes all the credit in the end. But that's what carry players are very good at. They take all of your hard work.
They do, and like you need a carry that actually wants to like make use of your hard work and say thank you very much. Like, in order to stand in these bigger games, you need to have enough ego to say like, yeah, I deserve this. I deserve all of this, you know, all of the gold, all of the levels, all of the glory, because I'm just that good, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Does deserve it there. He's gonna get a hawk into the face, gonna be rooted for a little bit of time. The Crystal Maiden has the blink, so that could be something that you can use for a fight. But there's a BKB on Mikoto, there is a BKB on 23 Savage, and they can easily make sure that the Crystal Maiden dies. Salad is like, yeah, my team is not doing a good job, so maybe I can do it. Mikoto just jumps into the triangle, LW with the war cry. Well, yeah, that's not really a cry for war, because you're running away from a fight currently. Actually, just gets the TP away. Queen of Pain doesn't want to use the ulti for it.
Yeah, very nice. And meanwhile, Knight is cutting creep waves. He got 1.5 of them. And the Lina... so close to finishing up BKB. She is so desperate for that right now. That is the last item timing probably that EHOME's going to get in this game. And they're going to have to make that one count if they want there to be another one.
That was a roar, and yeah, it's not really gonna be a super successful one. Q takes it like a man. And Zhao Yu, well, not much he could have done from it. Talon, they're out pushing the bottom lane. They're controlling the entirety of the map. Big items, big item timings are coming from EHOME, but they're a bit too late.
Bit too late. Quite a lot too late. And they're smoking now. The BKB on the Lina isn't even in yet. They just don't have the choice.
Yeah, my analyst here is not allowing me to create a story where maybe EHOME can come back. Yeah, I know, Kips, it's impossible, but allow me, right? Yeah. So EHOME are in the smoke, and they're preparing for a fight in the mid lane. They could win. It could get them back into this game. Huh? You see how much more interesting is there right now? Oh, maybe. Well, BKB is here, so they're coming over. There it is. This could be a big fight that they've been searching for. Jumping for the Mars. He's gonna go for the Drow, but he only connects onto the Brood. Drow with the BKB cannot attack inside of the arena, and it is gonna be a Crystal Maiden that MKS pops the BKB and starts getting absolutely demolished by arrows going towards him, but he will be surviving. 4-step forward, but there is gonna be a Hawk that through 23 Savage allows MKS to live. Currently, it's only gonna be one hero dead, but EHOME, they did use a lot of their cooldowns. In the end, though, a 9-second BKB from Lina is quite nice. Q, he has found them with the LSA. Beastmaster, where do you think you're going? And he's gonna be in a world of hurt again from 23 Savage. Something that happened to him in the lane and is now continuing to happen throughout the game.
Yep, and well, Harry, I'm willing to play nice and talk about the chances that the other team has. Like we did that in the last one. That
we can stop now. We can stop.
There was a chance, but yeah, like I just want to talk about all the ways in which EHOME are screwed, and I only got to touch upon like half of them.
Yeah, that is true. We didn't have enough time to talk about all of the ways that they're screwed, but really it isn't looking good for them at all, and they're Tier 3 in the mid lane. It is looking very much dead. Do they have the capability for another jump with the next arena?
The problem is that the arena cooldown is pretty much exactly BKB cooldown, and these two BKBs on the fragile cores are making that absolutely impossible. As you know what, if Knight is dead, he also cannot do that.
Jabs is dead. Jabs is dead. Knight does have a buyback and Jabs doesn't, so you could have a 4 versus 5. Scratch that 4 versus 4 because you did lose a Sven in the process. Mikoto thinks about staying, but he decides to leave. For now, both him and the Drow Rangers still have their BKBs. 9 second on the Queen of Pain, 8 second of the Drow. Jump in, MKS, bobs the BKB in time, doesn't save his life. It's gonna be a triple kill for Mikoto. Give this man a rampage. Give him that one. He is gonna be quite happy with it. An ultra kill for Mikoto and immediately jumps in, but the Crystal Maiden, they don't want to give them the satisfaction. EHOME, they call GG, will be ending game number 2 with just 3 measly kills.
Well, at least they tripled their kill count.
Yep, true. Bro, I'm glad that you're learning how to be positive there, but yeah, this was not a positive game for EHOME. Talon, they crushed the lanes, they crushed the early mid game, they crushed the game, and they crushed EHOME in it as well. It was just a beautiful performance coming out from them, and I think there's not really much to add there, is it?
No, I guess part of it was like the unfamiliarity with the Elder Titan. But also definitely EHOME just went in really hard on a strat that it looked really good, right? We started off with the Lina Sven, and that's one of those things that should be really hard to work around. But you know what? If you get out-tempoed, if your Lina just gets absolutely demolished in lane, then yeah, where is that farm speed? You said she didn't have the Maelstrom by 14 minutes, which was preposterous, and then the BKB doesn't come out before the game even ends. It's supposed to be a hero that gets that BKB really fast and then just starts throwing her weight around. And none of that happened.
Yeah, so game number 1, Talon, they were playing it easy, it seems like, but now EHOME, they're gonna be feeling the power, a full power of a major tier team, and they got absolutely crushed, but maybe they can dust themselves off and prepare for game number 3, because that is gonna be a decider for this series, and we're gonna be finding out who's continuing through the upper bracket and who is going down below after a short break, so stay with us.